Hi, my name is Johnny. I'm here with BoundPlugins today to show off a synthesizer called Ascension. And in that short demo then, all the sounds apart from the drums were made in the Ascension plugin, including the programming and writing parts too. Ascension is a very powerful 4-oscillator synthesizer that comes with a built-in arpeggiator, effects, and a wave editor too. Let's go through a few features of the plugin now so you can hear how it sounds. So Ascension comes with a whole host of different types of presets. They have synthesizer presets, drum presets, sound effects. They also have real instruments and real recordings too. And you can search through them with their different tags in the different folders that come with the categories. And you can also search for them if you also have a specific sound in mind as well. On the bottom here, you can see there are 3 tabs: presets, MIDI, and samples. Presets is the one we're in right now, the regular synth presets, but the MIDI tab will allow you to use the MIDI collection, the MIDI files that come with the plugin. And these range through a load of different genres, as you can see on the right here. All the different parts that you need in a song. Some are arpeggiated, some are chords, and some are bass lines. And they all have a handy key identifier with them too. And again, I used these MIDI files in the creation of that demo song before. Only some very, very small changes. Only very small parts were edited, just cutting some, muting them at certain points. But apart from that, they were just as they were from this MIDI library here. So we have our 4 oscillators at the top. They're all identical in the way they work. Inside the waveform select, we have subtractive waveforms, we have more complex waveforms, and we even have samplers, because each of Ascension's oscillators can actually be turned into a sampler using audio files that come with the presets. And each oscillator has this second tab here where we can actually apply FM modulation, which is extremely useful if you're doing very advanced sound design. You can choose what type of frequency modulation, how much, and at what pitch as well. Each oscillator also has its own unison engine too, where you can choose the number of voices on the right here, how wide those voices are, and what type of detune setting you are set to as well. All oscillators come with the regular controls at the bottom, with the detune controlling the unison amount. And as I said before, there are loads of different samples to be having a look through, with some being your regular oscillator waveforms and these more complex waveforms, as you can hear over here. And there are 4 of those oscillators, and you can also frequency modulate between each of the oscillators too by right-clicking on the FM type. After that, we have our main filter, which has a bunch of different filter types. You can see we've got low pass, band pass, and high pass, but we also have 3 different types of filter. We have this 2-pole, 4-pole filter type. We have a state variable filter as well. And we also get this kind of classic menu with some 12, 24, 18 dB filter types too. And all of them just have slightly different characteristics, which is a really nice feature of the plugin. We also get some more modern formant filters and talking filters for those growly bass sounds as well. And the filter comes with this drive dial in the bottom right here, which just helps add some extra character to your filter, like an old analog synth would do. So in the top right hand corner, we have both our amp envelope and a dedicated filter envelope too. The envelopes are attack, decay, sustain, release envelopes, and they also have this additional curve control here. Which just slightly shape the decay and the release sections of the envelope, giving them that more exponential, plucky shape. And it's exactly the same on the filter envelope as well, but the amount in the bottom right hand corner here just controls how much the filter envelope affects the cutoff of our filter over here. Now in the next tab we have the Arpeggiator section, and this is a built-in arpeggiator. It has 2 main modes, the pattern mode and the MIDI player mode. The pattern mode works a little bit like a regular arpeggiator. If you play multiple notes into it, it will play them up and down in a certain sequence, but it also has this built-in sequencer too. It's a very nice advanced sequencer, and it has a lot of features built into the sequencer. We can turn each of the steps on or off. We can change each step in terms of the octave. We can also change the length of each step as well. And we also have this velocity amount for each step, which is linked to the volume by default. But we can also assign this to other parameters within our mod matrix too. The MIDI player mode utilizes some of the MIDI files within our browser. We can drag and drop those MIDI files into the browser here. It will load them in and it will just play them back when you play a key on your keyboard or program in a note. But the other good thing about this is we can use external MIDI files to drag them in from our DAW or our file system on our computer and use any MIDI file that we'd want inside here as well. And both the modes have different rate controls, additional octave levels, and lengths too. And the final tab here is our wave editor. And this is how we can create our own custom waveforms and wave shapes for our LFOs. And if we right click on our oscillator, we can send this waveform to our wave editor. There are a host of tools in the top right hand corner here. We can change and edit this waveform with the pencil, simply drawing in a new shape. We can rotate the phase of certain sections to different parts of our waveform. We've got other things like the blur tool here, which will smooth out any sharp movements within the waveform. We can generate different types of waveforms, and we can also hover over a section and right click to add in these sub waveforms too. It'll give us a predetermined shape in that given space. But we can also put this wave editor into vector mode as well. I can generate this from the waveform we've already got by going to generate and selecting curve, and it will change our waveform into these breakpoint nodes that we can move around using these straight line vectors. And you can use this from the starting point by double clicking, adding in different breakpoints to make interesting shapes. And we can also right click on each node to change the behavior of the line in between these two nodes to, say, a curve or a step, for example. And this also comes in very handy, as you said before, when you want to add different custom wave shapes to our LFOs. We choose LFO 1, go up to the LFO and change this to custom as well. Now I can create these custom wave shapes for my LFO. To get some really complex custom modulation. And it makes it a lot easier than trying to draw in individual shapes. You have this nice straight line vector tool where you can create nice complex rhythms, but without having to rely on your mouse or drawing skills to do so. All in all, Ascension is a very powerful synthesizer. It comes with a lot of great presets and MIDI files too, which is a great feature. It has a very powerful arpeggiator and wave editor, and it doesn't just create synthesizer sounds because of that sample feature as well. You can download Ascension now at BoundPlugins.com. But thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you soon.